Once again, these two are going to be facing off. The students versus the teacher, guys. Skill Sakura versus Skill Tsunade. Today we will be comparing their in-game stats, their buddy skills and field skills, their ninjutsu and ultimate jutsus, and finally their duplicate abilities to decide who is truly the best one. Guys, I want to take the time to just talk about the artwork for Tsunade. The reason why I'm not going to be talking about Sakura's artwork in this video is because I previously made another video talking about Sakura's artwork in another Tsunade versus Sakura matchup, okay? And I will be linking that in the description below and at the end of this one if you guys want to check it out. But it's the heart Sakura the heart Tsunade, the red one, instead of this new green one. So first I want to say I think her 5-star art is phenomenal. I have nothing against her 5-star art. I really like the way it looks. It looks very appealing. The kimono fits her very well, you know. It's called Tsunade Beautiful Attire, and I feel like they really make that come out with her 5-star art. But I want to be honest about something with you guys. The truth is that when I see her 6-star art, I feel that it's a little lazy. Now, bear with me. This is a bundle unit, okay? If we compare her bundle 6-star art transformation from her 5-star one to, let's say, Sasuke's or Guy Sensei, or we compare it to Sakura, there was a much bigger difference in the way that the transformation happened in their 5-star to 6-star art transition. Versus here, we see that Tsunade's art only gets added more flowers and stuff in the background, more designs. But her 5-star art is pretty much the same as her 6-star art. So overall, I think it's nice. It's beautiful, very nice, Tsunade. You look great. But it's a little lazy in my opinion compared to the bundle characters of the other ones. Okay guys, let's go on to the next one. Alright guys, now we are going to be comparing their in-game stats. Very important stuff here. Their cost, okay, Sakura's cost is 60, but look at Tsunade. Tsunade's cost is 50. Now, the way you lower the cost is by getting duplicates of the unit. The more you feed them duplicates, the more you lower their cost. You will be able to lower Tsunade's duplicate a lot easier if you can dish out some cash. So you're going to want to take that into consideration, alright? Versus Sakura, she's a pullable unit from a banner. So it will be a lot more difficult to get duplicates of her. Now, they are both the same element skill, which means they're green. They are both weak to heart units, which means red units. They are both strong against body units, which means blue units. That's why we're comparing them both. Okay, max HP for Sakura, 1254. Max HP for Tsunade, 1262. So in the HP department, she edges out Sakura by a little, guys. All right, so she is a little bit better in the HP department, but Sakura beats Tsunade in the attack department with a whopping 1562 compared to Tsunade's 1458. You see that right there? Now, overall the range is medium for both, so they both have the same range, but I'm gonna have to lean a little bit. Oh, this is tough because Sakura wins in the stats, but Tsunade can win in the cost. You see that right there? Because lower cost means you can bring her to more missions with more other 6 stars, but Sakura does more damage and only a little bit less HP. It's a little tough here, you know? The balance is kind of leaning a little bit more to the damage and the health, but at the same time you can't ignore the advantage of that lower cost. Alright guys, let's go on and check out the next category. Alright, so now we're checking out their field skills and buddy skills. Sakura's field skill, it reduces the chance of being immobilized by 20% to 25%. And her buddy skill restores HP 150. Alright, each time for the person on top, the buddy skill. The field skill for Tsunade, it boosts critical rate by 1.4 times and 1.9 times. Alright, depending on... It depends. The buddy skill restores 150 HP as well. So they have the exact same buddy skill, but if we think about in a raid, which one would come more in handy? How often do you get immobilized in the general gameplay of a raid? Let's think back to the general raids. Which one do you usually end up using more? Personally, I think that the immobilization is more of needed in, like, let's say the Phantom Castle versus the critical, which I believe is more useful if you're doing regular gameplay, because critical hits make a lot of difference in the game. All right, now don't underestimate critical hits. Critical hits really help a lot. They cause more damage, they help you do more damage to mobs, to bosses, and all that stuff. Immobilization, how often do I really get immobilized while playing the game? Not really much, guys. Not really much, unless I'm playing against a specific boss, and there aren't that many that immobilize you. So yeah, you're gonna want to think about that when deciding which one is the best. Alright, now this is a very big part of deciding who is better, their ninjutsus and their ultimate jutsus. Alright, so as we can see, Sakura has 4 chakra only, and Tsunade has 5 chakra for her jutsus, which means it will cost you more to use Tsunade's jutsus. That's a really big deal, guys. Now, look at Sakura's. Hers restores 3,150 HP to one ally, alright? And it's also a large ranged heal, by the way. Now, I'm not sure about Tsunade's, whether it's large or not, but it restores 2,550, a little bit much less, okay? But it grants them a perfect dodge for 3 turns. Now, if Tsunade's jutsu is also large, then this is a huge advantage. Now, it's up to you to decide, is more health the same as getting 2 perfect dodges? Personally, I think that the perfect dodges maybe might come in more in handy than the health. Ultimate jutsu is the double of the previous one in chakra, 5 times damage coming from Sakura, but 6 times damage coming from Tsunade, but she does less damage. She has less attack than Sakura. Keep that in mind, Tsunade. But Sakura can immobilize with a 50% chance for 2 turns, guys, versus Tsunade, who cannot immobilize, but she does 80% chance of slip damage. Now, if you guys have seen the last raids that have come out, slip damage is really useful, but at the same time, you cannot underestimate the power of immobilization. So Tsunade might be better for like bigger bosses, for like impact raids, and Sakura might be better for just smaller raids where you can immobilize the bosses. Yeah, that's what I think I would lean more towards when deciding which one I want to use in the game. Alright guys, and now we're comparing their abilities. Such a good thing to keep in mind. Their abilities, the dupes. When you feed them dupes, every time when you feed them duplicates, you unlock an ability, and this is what they unlock. Sakura, health recovers with map movement, and that is when you go to the next map, you recover health by 300, guys, by 300, okay? Critical rate boost, once again, crits are good, really good. Health recovers with map movement, once again, 2 times of those, okay? That's 2 health recoveries with map movement, another critical rate boost, so that's 2 critical rate boosts, and she has an immobilization rate boost. Now, Tsunade, on the other hand, has a health boost, which I believe is by 100 more health. She reduces heart damage, and once again, she reduces heart damage. Then she has a self-healing ability, where she restores 100 health every single turn, guys. And she also has chakra recovers with map movement. Now, keep in mind, it will be a lot easier to unlock Tsunade's abilities because you can just buy duplicates of her from the store versus Sakura, which means you would have to summon her from a banner every single time to unlock the abilities. Guys, I have to be honest, I'm leaning a little bit more to Tsunade in the abilities department. I feel like her abilities definitely provide a lot more useful utility because, especially being a skill unit, a green unit, she reduces heart damage. And like I showed you guys in the beginning, they are weak against heart. Green is weak against red, all right? And heart is red. So she has a reduction, and she has a self-heal, and she has chakra recovers with map movement. Honestly, I think that Tsunade is winning when it comes to the ability department. But guys, you already know how we do it here. You guys already know. My final verdict to who wins this matchup is you decide.